Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
皆さんこんにちは。This is the Police。今回からこちらの方やっていきたいと思います。警察の署長ですね。署長が主人公のゲームです。ロジャース署長、セックスマニア疑惑、ジャック・ボイド、辞任の噂を市が認める。最新映画マーク・ウォース、視聴リクエストで世界に先駆けフリーバーグで先行リリースということで、仕事に行きましょうか。
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
おはようございます。記者会見ですね。なぜか、主人公が、警察署長を辞職する、そういう流れで記者会見が開かれます。昨日、視聴者よりあなたの辞任が正式に発表されました。このニュースはあなたにとって驚きでしたか？それとも事前に知らされていたのですか？市長から聞いていたんですよね。ただ、どう答えようかなというところなんですが、それを聞いて何になるか問いで返したいと思います。それをあなた方に知らせる義務はありません。プライベートなことです。次期所長が誰かご存知ですか？おそらく新しい人物だ、外部から新しい人物を連れてくるはずです。今までとは違った視点で問題に取り組むためにね。最近の汚職スキャンダルで副所長のフランシス・ケンドリックは辞任を考えていましたね。仮に市長が所長の椅子を彼に進めた場合、彼は辞任を考え直すと思いますか？ありえない。彼はもう辞任を決めたんです。何があっても気が変わることはないでしょう。ケンドリックは、方面になりましたが、今でも多くの人は警察がマフィアとつながっていると思っています。この件に関して何かコメントは？ノーコメントでいきましょうね。あなた方の質問にはできるだけ答えるのが私のモットーですが、この件に関してはノーコメントです。あなたの引退にはあなたと市長の個人的な関係が関係しているのでは？分かるわけがない。それは市長に聞いてください。ありがとうございます。で、終わりですね。
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick. As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man."
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
はい、翌日ですね。文化庁長官、イタリアに別荘を所持。公務員給与アップの見送り決定。ジャック・ボイドが警察とマフィアの協力関係を認める。認めた覚えないんだけど認めてないんだけどまあ変更報道ですかねこのゲームを、多少やったんですがあまり理解できてないです。とりあえず、引退、記者会見、辞任の記者会見したんですがここから3ヶ月、3ヶ月後に、退職するみたいですね。
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. the subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
はい、まあ一応受けてみましょうかね。フリーバーグ警察ではタスクを今日と明日のシフトに割り当てる。シフトが始まると警官たちは追放のあった犯罪に対応し、刑事たちは捜査を続ける。職員をシフト間で移動させることも可能。警官と刑事たちはそれぞれ重要な、特性が備わっている。これはサッカー便ですね。その職員の、総括的な能力レベルを示す150がおおよその平均となり、これを下回る職員はあまり頼りにならないと考えている。反対に150を、はるかに超えたレベルを持つ、職員の場合は、危機的状況の中でさえ十分頼りになる。熟練度はその職員のキャリアを、通じて、変化をするということですね。その職員の疲労度を示すエネルギーが減ると、その職員の仕事ぶりに影響が出る。例えば、すごく疲れている職員の場合、居眠り運転をしたり、仕事において致命的なミスを犯す可能性がある。職員たちは1日の終わりにエネルギー1ポイントを失い、1日休むことで1ポイント回復する。こちらの、バーですね。職員たちはすべてを正直に明かすわけではない。こちらには見えない、特性が、隠れていることもあり、中には、怠け癖がありないかと理由をつけて仕事を休もうとする者や大酒飲みの者もいる。このような特性は、彼らの行動をよく観察することにより判断することができるはずだということですね。今回はシフト B の出勤ということですね。こちら7人、ここまでが普通の警官ですね。あと、残り3人が刑事です。とりあえず任務を開始しましょうか。それでは仕事をやっていきたいと思います。こちらですね、通報が入った時のそのタスクの難易度を知りたいのなら、出動させられる警官数をチェックするのが一番だ。警官のストップが多いタスクは、要するに長いな。こちらの人数が多いと、重要な、事件ということですね。この人数の数でどのくらいの大きさの、事件かということが分かるということですね。ひき逃げ。ある夫婦がコンビニから出ると、ゴミ箱を漁っているホームレスの男が駐車場でバンにひかれるのを目撃した。バンのドライバーは車から降りて助けようとしたが、相手がホームレスだと分かると早くその場を離れ去った。素早くですね。いうことで、150が、基本レベルですね。 ということで、とりあえず150以上の人物と若干低い人物を、ペアで動かして経験を取らせるですね。はい、次ですね。喧嘩騒ぎ、ラストピクチャーシネマ。市民権の上映中に泥酔した男がローズパッドと書かれたスノーボードを手に強引に入場しようとしたと劇場の支配人から通報が入った。入場を断られた男はレジ係の従業員に、襲いかかり、現在は、警備員と揉めている。ちょっと今回はあえてこの下の2人行かせてみましょう。報告が入ってきますね。報告が終わると帰ってきますね。市民が1人亡くなられました。武装強盗、ショットガンを持って武装した3人の若者がビデオ店に押し入り、すべてのアダルトビデオを強奪した。犯人たちは車で逃走したが、店長がナンバープレートを書き留めていた。車の所有者は郊外に住んでいるジャネット・ブラウンだ。喧嘩騒ぎ、法律事務所です。亡くなった父親の遺言をめぐって、兄弟同士が衝突した。弁護士は、喧嘩を止めに入る度胸はない。今夜は警備員が非番で不在だから、と話した。兄弟喧嘩ね。暴行、ゲット地区、通行人が、複数の若者たちが年配のミュージシャンに襲いかかり、ギターと金を奪い取って逃走するのを目撃した。仕方がないので、この3名で行くしかないですね。所長判断。現場の警官たちが対処に困ったとき、あなたに連絡して指示を仰ぐということですね。武装強盗。問題の車がブラウン家の外に駐車してある。リビングの窓からうめき声や笑い声が聞こえる。真ん中でいきましょうかね。サイレントスピーカーを作動させ、家は包囲されていると叫ぶ。無事解決ですね。喧嘩騒ぎ、はい。多少、警官が怪我をするのはいつものこと。 みたいですね。この時ですね、犯人は逃げた。勤務終了ということですね。翌日に、追加で人員が必要な場合は職員に残業させることが可能だ。ただし休みなしで働かせた場合、その職員の疲労度は増し仕事のミスを犯す可能性がアップするということですね。ということで、1日ずつ、進んでいきますんで、今回はここで終わっておきたいと思いますが、多少このゲームやってみたんですが、なかなかうまくいかなくてですね、難しい、よくわからないんですが、まあ、とりあえずやっていきたいと思います。ではまた次回、お楽しみに。
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.